Hi, my lovely friends. If you're like me and you store a box filled with different punches which you haven't been used much lately, I am inviting you to hop along on this fun challenge along with me and grab your box drawer, whatever, wherever you hide your punches, and just hop along and create something along with me. So I'm starting from creating myself a card base. This is going to be DL size card. I've scored my paper at 4 inches. Now, I found this gorgeous, beautiful Tonic Studio punch, which I don't know if it's still on a sale. It's something I have for quite a few years now, but look on that. It's so beautiful. And this is also, just to let you know, this is a great alternative for those of you, my friends, who are not having access to die cutting machine. Have a look on this beautiful rich design. It's absolutely awesome. I just love it, and I think this is such a great way for using up not only as a border but all sorts of the focal point elements as I'm doing here. And look on that, this lace is just absolutely beautiful. Now I found two pieces of the different design papers. One of them is one of my own design, and the other one is a shiny paper. I think that was a crafter's companion, which I'm gonna use on the second card. Here I have this leftover strip from this purple birthday card I was just creating. I think it was like 1 or 2 videos back, and now I've decided instead of using ribbon as I would normally probably do, I'm just gonna use this strip of the paper. Of course, I'm struggling with the glue. Somehow my bottle got clogged, and I couldn't ooze out the glue. When finally came out, it was of course too much, but it's fine. I'm just smearing and spreading the glue with my finger, and now I am adhering it on the top of this paper piece which I've just created, and I absolutely love it. I think it's such a nice and elegant look. Now I'm gonna trim on both ends just so I could have this purple ribbon go up the way to both ends. And now I've decided to slightly trim my paper and to trim my card base. I'm not gonna give you any measurements because I haven't been measuring it. This is just a pure eyeballing. I'm using this pencil method, and this never let me down. Just to let you know, my friends, the pencil is one of your best friends in the craft room, and I just like working with it. It's always great to just mark the points or line where to cut, sometimes number the elements if you're doing some strips in a particular order or something. So it's just a very inexpensive tool but very helpful. Now I had a question from a friend regarding this little trinkets. These are just like a metal with a sticker inside, and I've just bought them in a cheap local store with the crafty items. In Scotland, in UK, that would be probably something like the range or something like that. So it's not even something I order online, and I could refer you to any particular shop. So I'm sorry for that, but this is just a cheap metal pieces, and then they just have like a little sticker inside, which I think they look nice and have this vintagey vibe. Now once I place my back layer on the card, I'm gonna be working on this top piece, and I am using this string just to wrap around it. However, this piece was very long, and it was very it was very hard to wrap around it on such a big length, because the paper was kind of like folding half when I was trying to do so. So I just used separate pieces which I adhere on the back, so that way I've managed to do it easily without any hassle. Now I'm gonna place this little trinket on the kind of a place where the string is crossing, and then I'm gonna add the little bow for extra additional elegance. And because I have this string glue on the back side, I just want to add additional layer of the double-sided foam tape just to disguise it and do not have this bulk edges and then flat center of this piece. Plus, there is additional advantage because when I adhere the foam on the back of this piece, this whole piece got kind of erased up, and that way it's become way more dimensional, and this beautiful lace has popped out even more. If you would like to give it even more of the dimension, you can actually grab a piece of additional maybe gold or dark color cardstock and then create the similar layer and use it as a shadow piece on the back. But on its own, if you raised it up with the foam tape or something like that, that will be standing out really pretty. Now I have this piece with the sentiment, and this is one of my own ephemera pieces, which you can find on my Buy Me a Coffee page. And it's just, I haven't been prepared for this video. I had this like 40-minute time before my husband was going for a nap, because he was working night shift that day when I was recording, and he was playing with my son. They were playing some board game or something. I just thought like, okay, let me just quickly grab a cup of coffee and try to record something. And I was surprised because I've managed to create not one but two cards actually within this 40-minute range. So here I've placed the sentiment on the backing paper, which is this pearly lavender purple, very light color. This is a pearl paper. It's quite shiny and I like it because it's very sturdy as well, so will be great for supporting on this sentiment. And I really like how this card turned out, even though initially I wasn't sure, like, oh, shall I put the sentiment or something, and then I wanted to add the butterflies, but it didn't speak to me at this point. But I'm really happy with this elegance of this card, and I thought that to enhance this elegant design, the best way would be just to add some pearls. And I just reminded myself that I have these purple pearls which I just used on another card, and this is a fun thing with using up your own supplies, is that whenever you're reaching for something, you just kind of keep in memory what you have. And I don't know like you, but for many of the crafty friends and me especially, like, this is something I can tell from my own experience, that if you have too many supplies, you kind of keep forgetting what you have, and you keep reaching for the same thing over and over again because you remember you have it. But then, because I recently go over my craft room, I did a little bit of the cleanup here. I found so many things I just want to play because I haven't been using them for a while, and this is why the video with the punches has come up with, because I haven't been using it for a while. Now you could see the first card was finished, and I'm going back to now to the second card, and this is this beautiful teal color paper. I think that was from Crafter's Companion collection. Is very nice shimmery paper. Now, to enhance my card this time, what I'm doing, I grabbed this very old Marta Stewart punch, and I'm just using it to kind of create this lace effect on one of the borders. And this is very easy. And what I like to in working with the punches is that you can adjust them to the length of your card. If you've got the die, you've got the specific length. Sometimes you can kind of do a little bit extend in die cutting, but it's always problematic. You have to kind of work around it. But with the punches, you can then just extend it and just punch another time and another time, and have it as large as you want. Now here, of course, I didn't want to cover up this lace, so what I'm gonna do, I will place this piece which I cut off directly underneath this lacy border I just create. And this is the great way to kind of help the design to stand out even more. If you will look closely, like once I place this paper, it's so much visible here on the just a plain cardstock, and here with this piece of the design paper, it's actually helping out your element to stand out. So this is why I wanted to use it, and I firstly create the card accordingly to the whiteness of the card I had. Now I've cut myself another piece, and I think that was around 2 inches, but it would not really matter because I'm gonna trim it further down as well. But I wanted to have it slightly larger, so it's not gonna be as flimsy. This punch, for a change, it has this beautiful like a ribbon thread pieces, and this little intricate holes in them, but I was struggling to find a proper ribbon because most of them they were actually too wide. So eventually I found this very thin one, which I'm gonna be threading twice. So this one is, I think it's like 1 millimeter. So the proper gap for this punch was like 3 millimeters or something, but I didn't have the matching color which I like. So here I just threaded once, and then I exactly did the same thing right next to it. So that was looking nice, and I thought this kind of a purpley color will be matching with the rest of the embellishments on my card, because I still remember I have those butterflies which I haven't used on my first card, so that's why I've picked up this color here. I am adhering this ribbons on this end of this card, and I'm trying to trim them in exactly the same place as the card is finishing. So I'm not looping it back, I'm just adding it right up till the end, because you still got those like a flower holes which you can see through, and I want my ribbon to go up till the very end of this design. So that's why I'm adhering them like that. And now what I'm gonna do, I want to trim this piece to be very, very thin and narrow. And before I'm gonna do so, I'm also adhering my front panel, so it's gonna be in place. And I think this is a very quick card. It took me just a few minutes to actually pull it together, apart from the threading part. This was, I think, that was the longest thing I had to do on that card, but nevertheless it was just worth it, because it's such a fun design, and something which I haven't been using for a very long time. So it's nice to get this kind of a refreshment of the old things which I've used to play with, which I did a lot in the past. So it's a nice reminder. And again, I was trying to find some sentiment, and when I was looking on a drawer with my scrap pieces, I found this very old print from the freebie, which is also published on my Buy Me a Coffee page. I cannot remember what was the name, but this gray pink roses design will be visible on the front if anyone is interested, or maybe I'll just link it down there in the description area. And I actually just wanted to use it just purely for this sentiment, because I thought it will be something little and it will just be matching up with the card. So now I'm gonna be creating my own label using the corner punch, and this is something which I did quite a lot in the past before I had all those fancy label dies. What I was doing, I was just cutting the strip of the paper to the as white as I would like to, and then I was trying to kind of put it central in the corner punch, and that would create me this beautiful end on the design. And here, this is something I've made a mistake, but I just want to tell you that, so you kind of keep it in mind. So what I did here, I trimmed this sentiment a little bit, and then I adhere it directly to this paper. What I should do actually was to get myself this like a pencil mark where the sentiment is finished, and then just trim this piece and punch it before adhering the sentiment. And this is just a easy thing to do, but I just want to tell you that it's very hard to actually punch in exactly the same place, like so you have the exactly the same equal amount. And because my sentiment was already at here, when I punch this piece here, as you can see, my sentiment wasn't in the center anymore. So it's just something to keep in mind. I'm actually glad I did so, because that way I can just let you know about it and you'll be keeping that in mind. Luckily, I've managed to rescue it without tearing it off. I've just separated the sentiment. It was a little bit teared up on the back, but it's fine. It was still, you know, usable, but it would save me a lot of trouble if I would just wait and then put it in the center after I punch both sides. So here I'm gonna do a little bow from the same ribbon which I was just threading. And to be fair, I don't know if I like this ribbon. It's a little bit crinkled, it's not even, it's not looking as pretty as my string one. Maybe I just got not used to it anymore, but I don't know. Let me know what you think actually. If it's like you know, if it's making the card or breaking it, I don't know. But it's there already, so it's fine. I'm adhering my sentiment. And then it's time to use up all those little butterflies, which I thought it will be nicely scattered through the card. They will be going towards the left upper corner, and I'm just doing the combination with the different colors I have. And my card is almost finished. I will be just adding a pearl in the center of this bow. Let me know what you think about those cards, if it's something you would like to try or something you would create. Which one was your favorite one? Mine definitely the first one, but I still like the second one too. I think it's just a nice design as well. And of course, as always, please don't forget to like, share, comment underneath the video, and of course subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of the videos like that. That will be me for today. I hope you will all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you shortly. Stay blessed, my friends, and bye bye.